Yeah, this is the second LFDRA audio, 16th of the 10th, 2024. As we've seen on Microsoft News, there was Channel 9 News, and there was dislikes and dislikes on this Channel 9 News article, and it was about King Charles says it's okay if Australia ends the monarchy, and there was 333 likes and 164 that didn't like that. So the article was about how King Charles is happy if Australia ends the monarchy and becomes Republic of Australia. There was 333 likes. This was a Channel 9 News thing on Microsoft News. There was 333 likes and 160 something dislikes. So work out the percentages of that, and you can work out about that opinion, because the Monarchist League will be malware with King Charles, because King Charles is King Charles. According to the official name of the monarchy of Australia, it's King Charles III, Commonwealth of Australia realm. So according to the Channel 9 News article, they're saying that likes and dislikes, that King Charles is happy that, I don't have it in front of me because the news articles come up and disappear, but it was on Channel 9 on Microsoft News. King Charles is happy that Australia ends the monarchy and can become a Republic of Australia. There was 333 likes and 160 something dislikes. So as I said, work out the percentage. I'm not going to work out the percentage, though. That's pretty much the opinion ideology. 333 versus 160 something likes and dislikes. So the Monarchist League is pretty much a very small percentage. It portrays to be this big thing, but the monarchist ideology of the Monarchist League Constitution, it's outdated, it's malware, it's terrorism, it commits genocide, and ALP are malware, LNP are malware. Dutton's got this ideology. Well, if the people vote for the Liberal National Party at the next election, all I know is all it'll be is malware. They'll continue on with this mental state inducement malware. There'll be a genocide. They won't ever produce a solution for a fair and equal, stable way. They're not a fair and equal, stable way. They're malware. The Liberal National Party are malware. The ALP are malware. We know Katter's ideology. We know the Greens' ideology. They'll try to be something that they're not, and they'll portray to be this and that, but they'll just come up with malware. How they'll just try to flog bits and pieces to serve King Charles and all this shit, and how the media will go when... and we've seen how the way Anthony Albanese tried to be like King Charles, just impose a minister for a republic, when ALP is sworn to serve King Charles. And according to Australia's official name of the terrorist organisation of ALP and the terrorist organisation of LNP that have committed genocide, facilitated malware, proliferated chemical warfare armament with their abduct and drug laws of faculties' ideologies, so they've done that, and the malware, and they've committed genocide, and so a Republic of Australia Federation government is the only solution for a fair and equal, stable way. It's the only solution for a fair and equal, stable way is a Republic of Australia LFDRA party government. A Republic of Australia Federation government that ends Definition 6, abolishes the monarchy, I probably have no listeners or viewers. I don't know how this whole apparatus of YouTube works when it comes to viewers and listeners and getting viewers and listeners. Though all I know is the Republic of Australia LFDRA party needs about a $10 million donation to... It needs a $5 million donation to a $10 million donation to deliver the mail-out flyer that's on ROALFDRA.com. That stands for Republic of Australia LFDRA.com. And you'll notice if you see some of the LFDRA audio stuff on Harry Stiller LFDRA, you'll notice the subtitles don't say LFDRA correctly. LFDRA. The subtitles don't say LFDRA correctly. They say something else. Sometimes it'll say LFDRA in the subtitles, but some words might be misinterpreted by the subtitle creator or whatever the speech recognition stuff that's on the subtitles. It won't tell the whole word correctly. Though the National Party's malware, the ALP's malware, the ALP's, we see the Greens, with that 45% are paying people's mortgages. That's not a fair and equal stable way. We need to build these 100 million comp residentials, 150 million comp residentials, because this David Littleproud has got the ideology, his ideology that he broadcast on ABC Media, that's, if it's repeated during the day, will probably be seen by 150,000, maybe 250,000, maybe 300,000 people. Depends how many times ABC repeats it in their news cycle programming apparatus stack. Broadcast and stack, how many times they repeat it in their broadcast and stack of their program. With their transmitter and their antennas on whichever setting they got it on. That's an apparatus. Whatever setting they got the apparatus on is what they're, with the antenna height and all this shit. Though, but according to have a transmitter, you got to have a apparatus license. But to get an apparatus license, you have to have a location. You got to know megahertz or kilohertz or the TV channel stuff, whatever the TV channel hertz or megahertz or whatever it is that you got to set it on. And then you got to know antenna height. Then you got to know all this other shit, other specs that I do know. And then you got to have an apparatus. You have to have an apparatus license, which means that you're authorized to have a transmitter, which means you can set your frequency, and then you have to know your antenna height and all this bullshit and pay the fee. And then you got to have content, and all this shit. Though there's if you search LFDRA weather satellite view or LFDRA weather satellite viewer, you can get the weather, and it's actually pretty accurate. The weather on English News Live menu on LFDRA.org. You can visit the weather. You can go to satellite weather view or satellite weather viewer or whatever it is on that, where it says English News Live, and you click on the menu button and you can go down to weather satellite viewer, and you can zoom in and go through all the settings, and you can actually get a pretty accurate depiction of the weather, and you can scroll through to the forecast. You can get wind directions at particular heights, and all of that. The weather's actually pretty accurate, and you can see the forecast with the clouds and precipitation, and then all of that. You can go through all the settings and everything on satellite weather on LFDRA.org, English News Live weather satellite view, and it's also on English News Live Watch Now English News Watch Now or something on LFDRA.org. You can go to that page, and where the satellite viewer is underneath the ABC YouTube share live broadcast thing on YouTube. Please do like, subscribe, and comment on LFDRA audio. Though I don't know how it works to set instant premiere. If I can go back in and set instant premiere on all the LFDRA audio stuff, if it'll do an instant premiere again. But you need subscribers. You have to subscribe. Subscribe, like, and comment. Anyone can comment. Anyone can like. Anyone can subscribe. More subscribers, you get the update from LFDRA audio and all of that straight away, because the media will flog in their malware. They'll exploit in the slave trade. We know ALP exploits in the slave trade. We know LMP exploits in the slave trade. Though I can tell you now, we're not better off under ALP, we're not better off under LMP, and we're not better off under the Greens. Though, if you haven't listened to all of LFDRA audio at Harry Stiller LFDRA, if you haven't listened to all of LFDRA audio on the podcast or playlist, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Though I do know that the Monarchist League is now happy if Australia became a Republic of Australia and a Republic of Australia Federation government. And according to the statistics on the likes and dislikes, it was, when I saw it, it was 333 that liked the fact that the monarchy is now happy with Australia becoming a Republic of Australia and ending the monarchy, and 160 something disliked that. So that was a Channel 9 news piece on Microsoft News. So if you do the, as I said, if you do the percentage on that, you'll sort of know what public opinion is. Though, as I said, Anthony Albanese had a Minister for the Republic, which is like, because he's sworn to serve King Charles, and Anthony Albanese just exploits for the slave trade, and he'll just exploit to line his pockets with money in his pay packet and all this shit. But I know farmers and growers are pissed that they can't buy slaves any cheaper at the moment, though the minimum wage only went up because of the Republic of Australia LFDRA party policy, and the media would hate the fact if everyone knew that. Though then faculties will have these ideologies, but who's invested in investment exploits? Doctors. See, because people are pissed. Some percentages that people that got money and they can't get the interest off, because according to it, the Fed will only guarantee $250,000 of a term deposit account. They'll only guarantee interest. So, for example, if the interest rate's $4.30, that's $4.30. That's $4.30 in every $100 interest per year. So a minimum term deposit's $5,000. But the Fed will only guarantee interest on a single term deposit account. You can have as many term deposit accounts as you want, though they'll only guarantee interest on $250,000 of a term deposit account, according to federal law of ALP, LMP, and King Charles III Commonwealth of Australia realm. So with property investment exploits, I studied real estate at TAFE, Cert 4 in real estate, that I didn't complete after doing ethical in the real estate industry. So there's it's malware because they just wanted to grow the rent roll, so they put the rents up and blamed it on interest rate inflation and blamed it on. But see, Bill Shorten was $6 billion to property investors. I don't know how many billions Anthony Albanese was to property investors, but Scott Morrison was spending $1 billion on chemical warfare armament that kept the big pharmaceutical industry businesses happy. That is funding all the pharmacies with all this abduct and drug injectables and pharmaceuticals and all this. See, Scott Morrison's $1 billion and his PBS funding, that they'll just manipulate the election, you know. So for example, Sensory Technologies, Sensory Technologies, ill, as in you're ill, Sensory Technologies, ill, entrapment revenue, Elizabeth revenue, all this shit. So Anthony Albanese's malware, Bill Shorten was malware. He had some exploitive ideologies, and he tried to flog some stuff. Though the Greens Party, they're malware, the ALP's malware, and the LNP's malware. Though a Republic of Australia Federation government is the only step forward under a Republic of Australia LFDRA government. Though LFDRA, as I said in the other LFDRA audio today, LFDRA stands for League for Republic Democracy of Australia, and it also stands for League for Republic Democracy of Republic of Australia. So you can interpret LFDRA as League for Republic Democracy of Australia or League for Republic Democracy of Republic of Australia. Though King Charles III Commonwealth of Australia realm is just malware. The Monarchist League Constitution is malware. They've committed genocide. They've proliferated chemical warfare armament. They've murdered more people than what Israel's murdered since Anthony Albanese's been elected. There's probably been over 95,000 murders. And you'll still flog your ideologies of your malware so the pharmaceutical industry can make money, and there'll be a genocide of... So, I don't know how many listeners I'll get for this, though. If you vote for the ALP, if you vote for the Labor Party, if you vote for the Liberal National Party, if you vote for the Greens, they're all malware. They've got no solution for a fair and equal, stable way. They'll all exploit in slavery exploitation. They'll rip some ideologies and try to make it look like, oh yeah, we've just exploited this slave and we'll just, exploit this slave, abduct and drug another 500,000 people, and abduct and drug so many percentage of the population people, and label that this percentage of the population is this or that, or in their quota for the pharmaceutical industry profits. So they got jobs in, people that have gone to faculties have got jobs to flog their academia, measured install autonomy and all this shit, measured injectable autonomy, measured install autonomy, measured injectable assassination, all this shit. And they'll just go on with their malware and all this shit. So, though, it's just malware. It's just malware. ABC will exploit. All the media organisations will exploit. They'll just, ABC doesn't give me any media time, and then they'll flog all this other ideologies and say this or that. And the Australian Electoral Commission has got the 2021 PDF for the Liberal National Party, and if I don't get the donation of $5 million or $10 million, I can't send out the mail-out flyer to over 10 million households for a fair and equal, stable way. So the fact of the matter is, the Liberal National Party aren't a solution to anything. The ALP aren't a solution to anything. The Greens aren't a solution to anything. King Charles III, Commonwealth of Australia realm, and the Royal Family and the Monarchist League of the Monarchist Constitution, they're not a solution to anything either.